Hey there, Joy to the World family. This is Joy, and today is 7/7. So, we're taking a look into the energy that is going on. I have a few cards already out. We're going to shuffle out a couple more and see where we're going with this. Okay, so let's take a peek. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. And if you'd like to know anytime I post new videos, ring the bell out beside it and you'll be notified as soon as they post. Also, if you enjoy this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Ooh, there we go. Okay. I think I need another one. There we go. So, there either is difficulty or has been some difficulty. Let's find out what's going on here. Yeah, removing resistance and letting go of the past. So there's been some difficulty in the past, and you've been going through a deep dive of your character, because I can see we've got some very powerful electric energy going on in here with the bull, which is sacrifice, right? There was something that you had to give up that was out of your power. It was out of your authority, outside of your control, and therefore it was very shocking. It was, no matter how much deliberation you put into it, trying to be of that corrective mindset of solving it, of calling in the spiritual help, of, let's see, laws of attraction, manifestation, any of that. There was something blocking and standing against you, but as we see here, it was for your good. It was for your protection of what was going on. You're being held in the arms of the angels, waiting for a particular time to come about, that there is a season for this, and we're going to see what is going on inside of that. All right, in the very center. They don't lift as easily on this counter. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. And this particular Seven of Wands, what I see occurring here is, it's like you're striking up the band. You're going to be the first to have gone through this. So you are a leader. You're someone who steps out and takes the risk, takes the chance. Whether or not you see yourself as a leader, you are, because you're willing to step out front. And even in the unknown, even in the things where there are areas of discomfort, and when your back is against a wall, you're willing to pay the price for progress. That's what I hear. And let's take a look at her. This is the Princess of Pentacles. So you have your eye on the prize. And that's why you're able to, instead of like here when your back is against the wall, you're not even seeing this. You're not even seeing what's out in front of you. Your eyes are forward and up. You're looking to the hill. You're looking to the mountain, the pinnacle, the zenith, that life's utopia and perfection for you of where you're wanting to go. So you realize that there are things that you would have to go through in order to get there. But if you focus on them, you will get bogged down in them. It's kind of like when people walk across fiery coals. You tread lightly and you move quickly. And you have to get your mind up above it. Not recommending that, just saying. So, out beside the other side of the Seven of Wands moving forward, we have the Prince of Cups. This is letting me know some of that, the deep bruising, how much this crushing penetrated you. It went down to your bones, bone deep. And oftentimes we don't think about the flesh part of ourselves living and dwelling even within the bone. We think it's just all on top of it. But inside the bone we have marrow, and marrow is flesh. It's from there. So you've been on a journey of purification, a journey of course, here with the warrior, the spiritual warrior, going down to the deepest depths, even beyond perception, wisdom, and knowledge. All right. So that brings us down here to the Five of Cups. This Five of Cups is about balance and protection, about being open but not on the surface. You are open to change but in a submerged nature. You're having to guard the gate to maintain the purity of your water source, because you know we would die of thirst faster than we would die of hunger, right? So you're trying to protect that source, that purity, this diving down that you've been on, in order to, you're saying, endure the journey, in order to make the way. But in this, it's your heart song. I don't see walking and traveling out and moving from yourself. I see that your journey is now that pure, using the word violent. And it's not violent like aggressive, at odds with somebody. It is violent in the sense that it is intense. It is taking every fiber of your being, like the muscle spindles are uncurling and recoiling, and you're really putting your whole self into it. The full cry of your whole self is extruding and expressing itself in order to bring the journey to you. Okay, so you're calling your world to you. You're calling through the star realm. That's expensive. So I pray blessings on your regeneration, your renewal, your abundance, your life source, your vitality to be restored and returned to you, so that your song sings loud and clear. But I see it coming up. Look here. You see the fruit up in these trees? It's pears. And pears tend to ripen and bear fruit ready for harvest July to August. So starting around mid-July, depending on the variety or where you live, all the way up to mid-August is what we have going on there. And you're looking for the sweetness, the ripeness, the nectar. You're telling me the dewy drip. So much so, like, the trees are laden with fruit and hanging, and I see the yellow jackets and wasps. Not like you're like, ooh, yay, bring those in. But that's how ripe they are, is they're oozing this nectar, this unction, and it's drawing in the pollinators. Okay, that's the song that you have. Drawing in the spirit guides that it helped you endure this bone bruising crush here that you've been through, to draw them down here to earth, to do the work, to do this journey, to make the perfect union. Crafty. I love that. I tell you, I love doing these walkthroughs of energy with you, because I am so enlightened and enamored by how amazing, powerful, courageous, creative, impressive you all are, because it's your energy that I'm reading, especially when you tune in. Okay? So beside that, under the Seven of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords going on here. So here is the quandary. Here's what I see going on. It is a locked gate. It shouldn't be. All right. There is the ability to open it, but you're saying there's like a magic word. There's a magic word. And I would say that word is hope. I feel strongly that that word is hope. And you have to hope in love, the hope beyond hopes. Okay, it's going beyond, thus why that intensity, that violence of the soul, of really crying out to the fullness of self, because you're telling me you've squeezed out every last drop. So let's get you in a little more, okay, a little more juice to go in and make this last stretch. Okay, calling in the stars, calling in the perfect union, the divine union. Interesting. Okay. So that's what's going on. All right. The Magician, Seven of Cups. Actually, it goes Seven of Cups, Magician, Judgment, and Four of Wands. They're wanting to be shown in pairs. That's part of my calling. That's how they're showing up. I'm accepting it, right? We have to accept that we've called in who we are. We've called in our perfect union, our stars, our spirit, our guides, our gifts, our helpings, and to receive who and what we are and how we operate in our purpose and meaning in this world, spiritually, responsibly, effectively. I'm just full of fun, right? How to embrace this life and enjoyment. So the Seven of Cups and the Magician. So I hear power up. Power up. Get back on your feet. Okay? So in order to get back on your feet, you have to power up. And remember, we're working on this energy here. The holding your ground, the staying your ground and calling it into you, because you're squeezing out the last drops of hope, which is obvious. I mean, look at that. But this card, even though it's here, they're showing it to me like this. You're in a hanged man. You've been snagged and snared a little bit, and so you're bleeding out is what the Magician is telling me. And he's saying, hang on, you got to power up. And to power up, he's telling me you have to be restored, returned. All right. Take you down from that tree. Okay, that makes sense because that was the sacrifice. There was a time that you had to hold yourself there against your will, enduring things that are beyond what humans can actually bear, beyond what our spirits can bear. So you had to call in beyond the stars. Like I said, that I borrowed from my future self in order to make it to today. And that's what I hear you saying here has been going on. And that ushers in this next card. Now they're showing up one at a time, but they are operating as a pair. So they're going to step forward for you the way they did for me here. So we have Judgment. Okay. And then we have the Four of Wands. This one, it wasn't hiding. You just weren't seeing it. Okay. It was obscure and it was right in plain sight. But you get too far ahead of yourself. You get moving too quickly or in haste. You're going to miss some critical key points. Okay. You're going to miss some critical key points. And y'all, I'm just now noticing my lighting here. I apologize that I forgot the extra light to boost the shizdizzle in this place. But hey, we're going to make it, right? Talk about powering up. So let me take a peek into these. All right. You got a new baby on the way. For some of you, that's literal, but for most, it's your new self. It's the birthing out. It's this renewal. A star is born. That's what I hear. This work that you've done, this divining of self, is like immaculate conception. It's like if your heart and your soul got together, they'd have a baby, and it's a new mind. Dang. Oh, okay. Oh. I love it. And that's the foundation here. And that's why they're saying slow down, and that doesn't mean slow down. They're bring it to a moderate pace. Slowing down meant you were going so fast and sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks up here, and they're saying, hey, get it down here. Right here, right there, right there. In the sweet spot is what they're telling me. Look at this. Look at this. They're wanting you to look, and I'm not just saying look at this like me. They're saying look at this because this mask is like half cocked. And so with it like that, you got to totally take the veil off, take the mask off because it's obscuring your eyesight so that you couldn't even see this, like double vision, being between worlds. Hang on a second. Hi there, back again. That was the repairman getting the lights fixed up in here. So let's see if I can pick back up where we left off. We were talking about this mask that, as you can see here, it's slightly off kilter. It needs to come on off because those eye holes aren't lining up anymore. And because they're not lining up, that is why you could not see the Four of Wands trying to come in. And for those of you needing to know, love is making a desperate cry, a desperate plea to enter into your life. This is something new for you. And it's wanting to come on in. It's trying to come through this gateway of hope here to refresh you and to renew you. But there seems to be, I can't say there seems to be perceived resistance. All right. So let me get into, I've already got these over here. All right. Gotta get a little bit of the affirmators. Yeah, these are great. Let's get a few to see what we've got going on. On the flow. Peekaboo. All right. Upside down. Interesting. Okay. So that to me is part of your fear, is that it's going to turn your world upside down. If you remember back with this card, it is supposed to. They're like, stop bleeding the love. They're trying to redeem, resurrect, restore you from that energy, from that destruction that went on, that crushing. Remember? And that's the journey, is that you're going to see how life loves you. Okay, it's making perfect sense now. It's making perfect sense. It is like the infinity. What is going out from you is now ready to return unto you. Get ready to receive yourself, divine love. Okay? So that was alongside, to back up a second, that was alongside the Prince of Cups and that Hermetic cup. It is, if you look closely on his cup there, can you see it's a lotus? It's coming out of the dark, murky place, coming out of that deep bruising, remember? Rising up to be, what I'm hearing is your enigmatic light. But that's okay. It won't stay that way forever. Life is coming to chase you down, to love on you, and to, like the Velveteen Rabbit, zhuzh you and make you real. You already are on the inside in your heart, but in accordance with the world, so that the world can see, touch, taste, feel, smell, and experience your essence here in the 4D and the 3D realm, to help those transition over and emerge their heaven on earth, which is what they're showing me here. I kind of like this little close setup. I'm going to try this from time to time with my shorties and my dailies, so that we can get a good peek into what's going on. See how this matrixing going on in this card? It's not along the lines of Metatron and Enoch. This is your reproductive power. This is life conjugating with you in this very present reality that you're in. It is fantastic and powerful, and is what we are here for. So we're going to see, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Moon, and the Ten of Swords. Well, let's start here, since they're wanting to come in pairs. Ten of Swords. You see, I'm done with that. I hear that clearly. And the Moon. So you're ready to let life smile on you, to give you a little acknowledgement. That is part of letting it come through the gate, is being seen, being known, being explored. Because as you begin to open up and share yourself, you don't know how this thing is going to be displayed, whether it's going to come to the surface and discuss itself or not. But that's not the point. Life says it has so many juicy, delicious, new emanations of you, right? This new birthing out, that other may not ever come up. Okay? So that's what they're saying. Let the light of hope revive you. Let the hope into you. You've been putting hope out, hope against hope, against hope, against hope, investing, spending your coins, spending your energy in yourself and your star seed, is what they're saying. They're saying, let us reinvest in you. And I can see over here that, like you said, you're tired of this. You are done with having to shape shift and be any less or any more than what you are. You're ready to really embrace who you are. And you're ready to take in this fantastic, the Milky Way, the cosmic, the being on display. Okay, so that's the under rumblings of your heart song going on here. What happens in your private time, what you really say you're ready for, it is now showing up in the 3D in these cards. Okay, and so we're going to see how you bring that in to the 4D realm, how they merge and kiss. So next we have the Two of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Now remember, these were inverted because they're trying to come in. This is what's happening, and that's what happens in our readings that we do together here. They are energy sessions. They're impactful, and we use the cards so that we can have a communication source to agree upon and see what is going on, to have a common point on which to focus, so that these changes can occur in your life. And they're going to occur organically, and they're saying orgasmically also, in regards to what you need in your life. Like if somebody needs purple, it'll be purple. If somebody needs aqua, it'll be aqua. If somebody needs silver or gold or clear or iridescent, it's going to come in the flavor, style, measure, and fashion that is fit for you. That's why we leave it here. We leave it with your spirit and your guides to do this work in agreement with your soul path that you're here for, okay? So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. Look at that. New horizons. And this is that restoration. This is true, tangible, physical hope. It is like no longer like I can see you just kind of like groping through air, moving through plasma, swimming through goo is what you're saying, trying to find your place in this foreign world, in this thing, to strike up the band, right? How do you do this? How do you go about this? But that's where, look at the Moon. You see all this cosmic dust, your stardust, you see it's coming down, it's floating all over you. And you have to be seen for the magic that you are. And you're like, okay with that. okay with that. As long as I don't have to do this anymore. As long as I'm through with this, okay? And past this sacrifice, these brain storms that are going on, frying my brain, blowing my circuits, exhausting me, causing me to spill out and to bleed all that I am. You're wanting us to power up, remember? Power up, stand on our own 2 feet, and really come to terms with who we are. That's the sort of embracing that you're saying. And then this new adventure, this new horizon, and this is the kiss that kisses that gate. Look, to explore it, to go within. Can you see? You're setting your sights on being intimate with yourself, of really being willing to see yourself in all your glory and all your beauty. Taking these bars off your windows, taking the blocks off this gate, allowing yourself to hear the truth, hear the way, because that's how you're going to enter in. You see? Past, there's this pathway weaving up to the promise. And this promise is on the precipice. It's what you've been looking up towards and making your way to for a very long time. You just didn't know how it looked when you began to approach it. And this is you returning to yourself, thus the crushing, the getting thrown, dispossessed, cast out of your own body, way more than a tower moment. It's like the Tower of Towers. And just as people talk about the phoenix rising from the ashes, there is a final phoenix. That's the thing. And this is the final phoenix. That's why you're through shifting. You're through with the Plutonian energy, that it has to be dark, deep, or dirty. And Pluto says, I don't like that bad rap. That's not what I'm all about. I'm a lover. I'm a lover of people. I bring out the cosmos. I work with the Milky Way. And that's what Pluto is here to say in this movement, in this energy, to bring you forward courageously with like shoulders back, neck up, confident, ready to receive that life is going to love you. And in that love, it's going to be kindness. It's going to be goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. It's going to have mastery and revelation. And look at that divine horn on top of your head. Okay? But this magical creature, you won't have to sit here and guard your gate anymore to protect it. That this is what is stepping in, covering you and discovering you at the same time. So that's some of the dual energy of Pluto. I love it. Fantastic. All right, so let's get a little peek into the energy oracle. And let's see how we'll be walking through this gate, walking through today. Manifesting our dreams, or should I say our dreams are manifesting us. I see you. Where'd you go? There you are. Oh, okay. Door to personal healing and happiness. Look at this. I'm going to say, yay, us. Look at that. Hey there. This is beautiful. So I see that as our heart song, having said yes. That we have entered in, and now we've come on through, and we're ready to explore this deliciousness that we are. I'm glad I got to go on this journey together with you all, and I get to be a part of it as well, because hey, I've been bleeding that love. It's good to stop the bleeding and to begin to restore and to go through that final phoenix, the rising from the ashes and the entering of the kingdom. Your dream has come to find you. Whoa. Whew. That slapped me in my face. So I say, hey, yeah, bring it on. Even more joy, right? Okay, family, I love you. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.